Hey, it's Martin here, and I just received a Stylophone Gen X-1 from Dubreq. I'm going to just go through it and show you how it works and also what the controls sound like when you're actually using them. A lot of demos kind of say, oh, it does this, and then you have no idea how that sounds. But in this case, I'm going to go through it for beginner synthesists. All right, first turn it on. Makes a little noise. You control the actual keyboard down here. You can't actually play it with your finger, but you can control the pitch using the stylus here, which is a fun way to interact with a pitch information. But you can also use this strip up here. You can also use it with your finger here, which is very, very useful. This keyboard is quantized notes. That means that there are distinct pitches. And that means if you slide through it, you're actually jumping from one note to the next. Whereas on the strip here, you can actually slide from note to the next. You can also add a little bit of vibrato there. That is both a cool thing because you can do what is called portamento, slide between the notes, but it's also quite difficult to play because one, it's very small, and two, it's hard to actually hit an initial note that is in tune. Like, it's more luck than anything else if you're able to hit the initial note correctly. But when you do, you can actually slide around. The Stylophone usually has a little speaker, but right now you're listening to it recorded directly from the headphone out jack. Now let's go through these synthesis sections, these sections here, these knobs. Of course, the first thing to go through is the filter. This controls the harmonics of the waveform, and that sounds like this. I'm changing the cutoff of the filter. Useful. And here is the resonance, what that sounds like. Quite an aggressive filter, actually. That is with high resonance. This is with low resonance. Now the resonance all the way up. Ooh, that's hard to listen to. Let's turn the resonance a little bit down again. The filter cutoff is also under control of the envelope. If you change the attack and decay, then it sounds different. Here it is with a very fast attack and with a very slow attack. And this is how the decay sounds. You hear that new, that's the decay kicking in. You can also control the pitch of the oscillator from the envelope. This is more for effect sounds. Sounds like this. And then, of course, there's the LFO, which also controls the pitch of the oscillator. You can engage it by turning up the depth. Zero depth, it does nothing. When you turn it up, this is maximum depth, and this is nothing. Constant pitch. And I can change the speed of the LFO with the rate. Fast rate, slow rate. The wave type of the LFO can also be changed here from a triangle on this side to a square on this side. The triangle is the one we've been listening to, slow up and slow down, slow up and slow down. The square over here is instantaneously up and then instantaneously down. So it's really high, really low, really high, really low. Then of course, the last section here is a delay. You can turn it on and off. that is a little effect that sort of extends the sound. Sounds like this. And if you want a longer delay, and this is the volume level of the delay. The dry sound is actually very low compared to the delay level when you turn it all the way up. The F-back stands for feedback, and that determines how long the delays go on for. If you turn it 12 here, it sounds like this. If you turn it all the way up, it goes crazy. It's quite a crazy delay. It's quite fun. Then, of course, there are 3 controls here on the side. The X means pulse width modulation, which is basically it changes the timbre of the oscillator. And it sounds like this. This is without, on. The -1 and the -2 basically means extra bass. That's dry with -1. And this is with -2. Anyway, that's pretty much all the controls there are, except, of course, there's also a master tuning on here. I'll just have to show you how that sounds. That gives you more range in the pitch department, but it's also so you can tune it so it plays well with other instruments like a piano or a guitar or anything else really. Lastly, there's a aux in right here, which means that you can run other sounds into the filter and the delay, which is quite fun. In fact, let's try that right now. So I got my OPZ and I'm running it from the output into the aux in. More delay. Okay, that's a funny discovery. I know. When you have the resonance all the way up and the filter quite low, it still does some strange modulation. That's fun. Another fun way of using these stylophones is with lots of effects. Now we set up with a long delay. Super fun stuff. Let's add a little bit of texture to the stylophone. Some lo-fi warble cassetteness.